Hello and welcome to the Exotic Fruits YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name's Imogen, I'm part of the Exotic Fruits team. And Exotic Fruits is the UK's #1 online exotic fruit marketplace. And we're on a mission to teach you all about extraordinary fruits from around the world and bring these fruits right to your doorstep as well. So today I'm going to be taking a deep dive into the fascinating world of what might be my favourite exotic fruit ever. Possibly. And that is, of course, mangosteen, of which I have about 1 million in front of me. Now, mangosteen is a highly sought after and widely loved fruit for a number of different reasons. In fact, it's often referred to as the queen of fruits, but we'll get into that a bit more later. In this video, I'm going to uncover the fascinating history of mangosteen. We're going to discover all sorts of things about its culture, and of course, we're going to have to do a taste test. That's what I'm most excited about, I'm not going to lie. So sit back, relax, and let's get a little bit fruity. Right, first and foremost, let's rewind the hands of time a little bit and take a look at the history of mangosteen. Now, some of you may be thinking, history, that's boring. I didn't like history in school. Don't worry. This is actually quite an interesting history. So where did this fruit come from and how did it find its way to my table today? That's the question. Well, mangosteen has a fascinating history which traces its way back to Southeast Asia. More specifically, it's believed to have originated in the Sunda Islands and the Moluccas of Indonesia. I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. The exact origin within this region is kind of unknown, I guess. Or I suppose it's somewhat uncertain because it's had such a long history of cultivation and trade in the area. I guess it's impossible to be 100% sure where it exactly comes from. But we do know for sure that it was in Indonesia somewhere. So nowadays, and for many centuries before us, it's been cultivated in other Southeast Asian countries such as Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, and the Philippines. In Southeast Asian cultures, mangosteen is absolutely adored. It's a really special and widely loved fruit, and I'm honestly not surprised. Like I said earlier, it's called the queen of fruits sometimes, and that's because of its exceptional flavour and its association with abundance, good fortune, and even royalty. Let me explain. So let's take it back to 19th century England. As you can imagine, back then mangosteen was pretty much unknown outside of Southeast Asia. I mean, to be fair, even today, many people have never heard of this fruit. But its reputation as a delicious and exotic fruit was starting to spread because travellers and traders who'd experienced it firsthand just couldn't stop talking about it. As the story goes, Queen Victoria herself became a little bit obsessed, intrigued by the sound of mangosteen after hearing descriptions of its taste and aroma. So she was determined to taste a little bit of mangosteen for herself, and she reportedly offered a reward for anyone who could bring one to England fresh for her to try. And impressively, despite the difficulties of shipping exotics across the entire world back in the 19th century, a shipment of fresh mangosteen did eventually arrive in England, just for her. And upon tasting the fruit, Queen Victoria was apparently absolutely delighted. Thank goodness, otherwise that would have been such an ordeal for no reason. Throughout history, mangosteen has been mentioned in various ancient texts, poems, folklore, which just goes to show the deep-rooted cultural significance that this fruit has. Now let's bring it back to the present day and talk about how exactly this fruit grows. Firstly, I just want to point out how magnificent and unique the appearance of mangosteen is. It's like a perfect round shape with this smooth purple rind, and then this green stem on the top, to me, always just looks like a cartoon. I can't really explain it. It's kind of like maybe the rounded edges and the exaggerated colours of everything just make it look like a perfect depiction of a cartoon fruit. Do you know what I mean? And when you cut this open, inside you'll see these white segments of flesh that just seep with juice. They look so good. So mangosteen grows, of course, on mangosteen trees. Mangosteen trees are these big, bushy, evergreen tropical trees that are known for their slow growth and their need for specific environmental conditions. They thrive in humid climates with well-drained soil and plenty of sunlight, which is why they of course thrive in the tropical climates of Southeast Asia. Mangosteen trees don't start bearing fruit until after several years of growth. So as you can imagine, cultivating mangosteen at scale requires a lot of patience. But just imagine having a mangosteen tree in your garden. You could just go out every morning, pick a mangosteen, have it for breakfast, or maybe 10. What a dream. This has actually got me salivating, so let's please get into taste testing this fruit. Let's talk a little bit about how to prepare a mangosteen ready for eating. First of all, you obviously want to choose one that is ripe. So how can you tell if it's ripe? You want to look for a fruit that has a deep purple colour rather than a lighter purple colour, and a slight softness when you press it. It shouldn't be super squishy, but you should be able to kind of press your finger into it a little bit. If it's rock hard, that's not a good sign. And it might have a couple of blemishes as well. This one's kind of okay, but if you look at this one, for example, it's got a few marks on it, and even though it doesn't look as pretty when it has blemishes on it, it usually means that it might be a little bit nicer. So to prepare your mangosteen, the first thing you want to do is give it a quick rinse. I tend to do this with every fruit that I eat. Even if you're not eating the outside of the fruit, I think it's just a nice thing to do, just in case. But it's up to you, I guess. Then you're going to want to get a sharp knife, and you're going to make a shallow incision all the way around the perimeter of the fruit, being very careful not to cut too deep. You basically only want to cut through the rind and not through the flesh or the segments in the middle. Now, if your mangosteen is unripe, then this rind is going to be rock hard and it's going to be like impossible to cut through. So make sure your fruit is ripe. Then once you've made that incision all the way around, you can just gently twist it, pull it apart. Ta-da! Inside, you're going to find these perfect looking white juicy segments of fruit just nestled in there within the rind, and you can literally just use your fingers to gently kind of scoop them out, I guess. Easy as that. Okay, finally it's time to taste this, thank God. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, but this is honestly probably the best fruit in the world. I'm not even being dramatic or over-exaggerating right now. The flesh of a ripe mangosteen is so incredibly juicy. The texture is kind of like a lychee, but softer, I'd say. It doesn't have that translucent jelly sort of essence that a lychee has. It's just completely soft and juicy and oh, so good. And as you bite into the segment, you just get this burst of juice in your mouth, and the flavor, especially in the first bite, the flavor just hits you all at once and you're just like, it's like incredibly sweet, tangy at the same time, and then it has subtle notes of citrus and tropical fruits. One of the most remarkable aspects of mangosteen is just the pure combination of flavors that it has. It's so unique, it's just completely unlike any other fruit, and I personally think it's just impossible to not like it. Like, if someone tried a mangosteen and then told me that they didn't like it, I would just be confused. Like, what's wrong with you? The first time I ever tried a mangosteen, I was genuinely just absolutely gobsmacked. I was like, where has this been all my life? I probably sound so dramatic right now, but what are you gonna do? I love mangosteen. I can't stress that enough. I just love it. The combination of the delicate texture, the juiciness, the refreshing taste, the sweetness, just makes it truly one of the most remarkable fruits in the world. End of story, full stop. So there you have it, mangosteen. From its very first cultivation in Indonesia so many centuries ago, to being one of Queen Victoria's lifelong quests, to being right here on my table today. I feel very, very fortunate to be able to taste mangosteen every single day now, and so should you. This little fruit is just so unassumingly amazing. I just genuinely think its flavour is so phenomenal, and that's why people love it. That's why it's so popular and sought after, and yeah. If you want to taste mangosteen for yourself, then make sure you click the link down in the description where you can order it to be delivered to your door the very next day. How good is that? Queen Victoria would be shook. You can grab a pack of 6 for just a tenner, which is not too bad. And there are loads of other pack sizes too. You can get a pack of 3, a pack of 12, a pack of 24, whatever you like. And use code YouTube10 for 10% off. Thank you so much for joining me today on this exploration of mangosteen. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something useful or interesting or anything at all, entertaining, I don't know. Make sure you like this video, leave a comment below, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this every single week. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!